Yes, we have a lot of exciting news. The reason why we wanted to call this emergency call for zero gravity AI is because of the opportunity at hand. It's a great opportunity for us to get in at an early no tier price because these are pretty much all sold out across the industry. And once they go public, they'll be at an even higher price. It's already predicted to be at that. But we know and understand the importance of decentralized AI. And some of us may not know, but I want to highlight key points on the reason why this is important, why we should own this because of the opportunity at its infancy, and just some key points on the importance of decentralized AI and how this is going to work in hand with zero gravity. And Sparks has some amazing things to share about this because she's been studying the growth of zero gravity and other assets that are, you could say they correlate or are similar, and how zero gravity has the best and biggest potential for ROI for us, especially considering the timing of the launch into this bull cycle. So if you scroll back to when Gala launched their nodes, it was right before the bull cycle, and token prices were going up. That means we were making more money. So considering that this is different set of tokenomics, different sector, it's geared to be a higher price token versus how Gala started off. So the things are different. Same scenario in regard to timing and how we can benefit as an investor. But let's go into the importance and key points of decentralized AI because I think it's important here. And Sparks, you can chime in along the way. So data privacy and security. The decentralized AI systems, like a zero gravity, they don't store users' data centrally. As mentioned in this, this enhances user privacy and reduces the risk of large-scale data breaches. So the importance is privacy. Number two, it reduces the bias. While not completely eliminating bias, decentralized AI can potentially reduce it by not relying on a single centralized data set that may contain inherent biases. Because currently with centralized AI, there is some bias. You put two people together from different races, you think that, it won't be biased because it being AI, but it's still the same biases as if it was humans. So they have to fix that, and decentralized AI will help that. Cost effectiveness. Decentralized AI can utilize distributed computing power, potentially making it more cost effective than traditional centralized AI solutions. Four, democratization of AI by allowing anyone to contribute to or create language models, like a ChatGPT, for example. Decentralized AI platforms can democratize access to AI technology. Five, can you guys hear me?
Now we can hear you. Your mic your mic just went off.
Okay, what was the last thing you heard?
You were talking about AI, basically the use cases and such.
Yeah, so I'll go back to number 3, cost effectiveness. Decentralized AI can utilize distributed computing power, potentially making it more cost effective than traditional centralized AI solutions. 4, democratization of AI. And some of this may be going over your head, but we're going to simplify it when Spark speaks. By allowing anyone to contribute to or create language models like a chat GPT, decentralized AI platforms can democratize access to AI technology. 5, flexibility and customization. Decentralized AI can allow for more flexible and customized solutions, like AI avatars for specific company needs. 6, resilience. A decentralized system is generally more resilient to failure or attacks as it doesn't have a single point of failure. And number 7, innovation. Decentralized AI can foster innovation by allowing a wider range of developers and companies to build on top of the technology. Now, it's worth noting that while decentralized AI offers these potential benefits, we also the importance of that is to understand where we're also moving in regards to AI. AI has been started from a central standpoint, but then you also have people creating and building for the decentralized AI. So, for an example, why that would be important. So, when you ask ChatGPT specific questions, there may be some kind of firewall that may prevent ChatGPT from answering a specific question because it's in the realm of another space that it's not authorized to go into, right? So, in regard to decentralized GPT, because it's built on decentralized AI, you can ask a chat GPT like a question that you would ask the regular chat GPT and get the answer you're looking for. So, it's going to open up a world that is locked due to the centralization of AI currently, and it's going to take us to a whole new world. So, Sparks, I want to let you take it away because you have a great understanding of this and you have the bullish points that everybody needs to know. So, go ahead.
Cool. Thank you, Brando, for allowing me on stage. Greetings, everyone. I hope you're well and enjoying your day. So, the project that we have on before us is 0Gravity Labs, right? So, you may ask yourself, what is this 0Gravity Labs and how does it differ from other projects that we have come across before? So just to give you a brief overview, right? Let me just get to my notes here. Just to give you a brief overview of what 0Gravity Labs is all about. So in a nutshell, 0Gravity Labs offers a robust AI infrastructure tailored to tackle some of the most complex challenges in data processing, machine learning, and scalable AI development. Their infrastructure focuses on creating a flexible, efficient, and sustainable environment for both AI research and real world applications. So, basically, they want to become or they are becoming the first decentralized AI operating system to power the future of AI. And that is essential because 0Gravity Labs is a modular project, right? And for those who don't know what a modular system is, a modular system, if you have to look at a blockchain, for instance, you have one component that does storage, you have one component that processes the data, one component that does the settlement, another component that would do other tasks like computation and all of those things. Now, if a blockchain, most blockchains we know, right, are clunky and sometimes they tend to fail transactions or something doesn't go through because it's too overloaded overall. They have a lot of use cases on the blockchain, and it's difficult for them now to deal with all these what you call network of users, right? And then also these kind of blockchains, may it be Cosmos or Ethereum or Solana, they are prone to attacks because of these clunkiness, right? So modular networks or chains, what they do is they come in and they will come in. Maybe this modular project will see to the data processing, making sure that the data is processed, it's available to participants, and it is safe to use and it's stored safely, right? In the storage. And then you would get another modular that will process transactions. That means when you do a transaction on the blockchain, you as a user is guaranteed to make sure that your transaction is going in a smooth in a smooth pace. Also, your fees is way lower, right? You're not paying those high fees. And I'm not talking, all about Ethereum, right, in regards to that. And so basically that's what these modular projects do. Now Zero Gravity Labs is the only modular infrastructure currently that has AI integrated into its modular chain, and can do all these processes or different layers, has all these different layers of the blockchain, and can assist blockchains with this. Now you may ask, how does it differ from modular projects like the Celestia and Engine Layer, right? Those are very prominent projects in Web3. So this is how it differs from, or this is the advantage it has over Celestia and Engine Layer, right? So let me just quickly go over here. Number one, in terms of scalability, right? So Celestia can only process certain certain things on certain layers. Now we know you got your layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3, right? So for layer 1, it can only maybe do execution on that, for those layers. For layer 2, it can probably do settlement only. For layer 3, it can only do roll-ups and assisting in processing transactions and stuff. So, and engine layer can only work on Ethereum, and it's only a roll-up scaling on Ethereum, meaning it can only reduce the on-chain data and increase the efficiency on the network. So that is the advantage that Zero Gravity Labs have over them, right? Another thing is, sorry guys, I'm just having some issues here with my, let me just quickly get to my notes, apologies. Okay, another aspect to Zero Gravity Labs, right? It has machine learning built into it. It has AI agents, computation built into it, right? So basically, when any chain, whether it's a layer 1, layer 2, or layer 3, integrates with Zero Gravity Labs, it will have all these functions, and it won't have to worry about the clunkiness and all of that. It won't have to worry about whether the data is going to be sufficient, number one, or be correct. It wouldn't have to worry about storage and all of these things, because Zero Gravity Labs take away all these issues and makes those blockchains that it integrates with more efficient, right? So before I go on, I just want to ask, is there any questions that you would like to ask, or anything that needs further explaining before I go on? You can put your hand up or write a question in the chat.
I think we're good for you to continue.
Cool. So basically, going on to into the tokenomics of what they have done here, right? So they have about 1 billion tokens, right? And yeah, so total supply is 1 billion OG tokens. That will be used for different things across the network, such as processing transactions, rewards for node operators, also for rewards and all of those things, right? So we have the tokens over there. Also, the tokens have a utility of. Sorry, I just want to get to my other notes over here. Also, they'll be used to incentivize developers across the chain. So currently they are running a test net, and they have had a constant number of transactions, which is 4 million transactions per week. Also, they will have nodes on the system, such as storage nodes, validator nodes, nodes that will process the data and stuff, right? In the ecosystem, they have companies such as Aether and IO.net that will provide the GPU computation so that these AI agents can run efficiently in the ecosystem. You also have agents like from Senate, Talos, Bagel. These are very prominent AI agent projects that will be running on the ecosystem, hence why they needed Ether and such, to make sure that the liquidity in the ecosystem is constant, has a constant flow. They have integrated Babylon and engine layer, right? They are also gaming companies that are currently using the tech, such as Carve and Shrapnel, which we know they are prominent gaming projects in the space currently. So 0Gravity Labs can host all sorts of layers, like layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3 app chains, right? And this will assist those blockchains in terms of how the consensus, basically, if everyone is following the rules within the system, it will ensure that their networks are ran efficiently and such. So you may ask, okay, so we have an opportunity to get into the nodes and stuff. How, if they are already validators for storage and data availability for 0Gravity Labs, what does our checker nodes do? Why do we need to get into these checker nodes? Well, number one, your checker nodes play a very important part in terms of security. Your checker nodes will be able to check the efficiency in terms to see if everything is ran properly, in terms of, is the data being collected? Is the data safe to use? And if there are any malicious attacks, whether from the AI agents or from any side, your checker node will be able to pick it up immediately and will. Sorry, let me just quickly get to my notes here. Sorry guys, I'm just having some issues with my laptop. Yes, so your your checker nodes will be able to make sure that everything, whether the data, the storage, or the validation of the transactions, they will ensure that those are functioning properly, right? In terms of the AI agents, if any model drift from what they are programmed to do, they will be able to detect it. Also, it ensures that the network is decentralized and resilient. It will able to identify corrupt or malicious data. And also, if there's any mismatch in terms of the data, it will be able to intervene before the execution of that data is done and stuff. It'll keep the AI and AI agents accountable, and it'll support the on-chain services that will take place within the Zero Gravity Labs system. So basically, Zero Gravity Labs, they want to build this infrastructure where chains will be able to run efficiently, they'll be able to keep up to date, and they are able to do that because they have incorporated machine learning and the Internet of Things. As we know, in order for AI to be efficient, they need these type of components in order to stay up to date and to make sure that they are doing the task that they are assigned to do, right? And then finally, the your checker nodes will be able to make sure that the network is secured. So, in a nutshell, this Zero Gravity Labs is a prominent project, and it stands out because of what it is trying to achieve. Currently, there isn't a modular infrastructure that's incorporating AI on the level that they are. The team, on the other hand, they come from companies such as Bridgewater Associates, which is owned by billionaire Ray Dalio. They come from Animoca Brands, Bain Capital, Microsoft, Amazon, Chainlink. They have built unicorn companies such as Conflux. As we know, Conflux is one of those successful crypto projects in the Web3 space. Their team consists of PhDs, and they have won Olympic gold medals in informatics. They have tier backers such as Samsung, Animoca Brands, Delphi Digital, Stanford Builders Fund, and OKEx, just to name a few of them. They will be running on Optimism for the time being, and they are helping to scale that chain currently. So, in a nutshell, they are trying to achieve the goal of becoming the number one operating system for AI and such. So that's all I have on my end and stuff. You can take it away, Brando.
Hold on. So that was all bullish information, and thank you for sharing that, because you have put together some thoughtful insights. But let's talk about the most important thing. Let's talk about some of the things that we were talking about behind the scenes in regards to price action, in regards to the FDV that we're getting at in the tier 8. And let's talk about how that can impact the price of the token and the correlation between Celestia and 0G.
Sure. So the token will be there is one, as I stated, there is 1 billion tokens, right? So at TGE, the token is priced at $2, so that gives it a valuation of $2 billion. And just to how do I say this? Just to resound what I have stated before, they are competing with Celestia and Engine Layer. So Engine Layer hasn't released a token as yet. I believe they're in the process of doing that, but Celestia has. And if you go look at Celestia's track record, right, they have launched their token also at $2, and I believe when they did that, it went to $20, and yeah, its all-time high is $20 and such. So the Zero Gravity Labs team, they want to launch their token right in the beginning of 2025, quarter one, and they want to do that so that when they launch their token, there isn't any dips involved, and the token will be able to soar in price, ensuring that a possibility of higher price. So that is why they are very focused on how they are structuring the release of the tokens, and where they want to take the performance of the tokens price to, if not more than that.
Boom. Thank you for sharing that. That was great bullishness. So, you guys can draw the conclusions and look at Celestia and see But there's projects out here that launch at these higher price points, and they don't really come down. They only continue to grow. And considering that the overall growth of the AI market is only, as I mentioned before, about 18, probably 19 months in now, there's a lot of growth. And if you're getting in at the ground floor of some of the most important moments in technological history, at the ownership of the infrastructure of what the new digital economy, the global world, is going to be participating and interconnecting with, these are the opportunities. And, I don't want to harp on why, because we've already done enough. Where AI is going. We understand opportunities come at different times in the market, and some of the best opportunities, they're going to start to come around during the times where, people are a little bit worn out. So this is the time in the fourth quarter where we dig deep, because you already can see, considering what happened with Trump, and boom, that was like a little light to the flame, to the, firecracker that is going to get ready to take this rocket ship off. So, if I were you, take advantage of the price point, take advantage of the nodes, because it's going to give you access to a coin that we're not going to really have access to until it reaches the TGE market, and it'll probably be at a price point where you may not want to buy. So having the nodes that prints them on a daily basis would be advantageous to you, and to benefit you in your pockets. I think we also do the math, Sparks, that each node would probably make about $60,000. Can we talk about that again and how you broke that down?
Sure, no problem. So there is 1 billion tokens in total, and the total amount of nodes is 175,500 nodes. So if we take 1 billion tokens and divide it by the number of nodes, right, let me just quickly get that there. Divide. Okay, so that which, let me just see if I got this correctly, sorry. Divided by 175. Okay, so that should give you about 5,698 tokens per node, right? Let me just quickly, sorry, correction guys, correction on my part. So the nodes, the allocation for the nodes, right, there is 1 billion tokens. The nodes are getting 15%, so that makes it 150 million. Sorry, that's a slip of my end. And you have 175,000 nodes, 500, right? Take that, you're getting only about 855 tokens. Now you may say, why am I getting so less tokens? Okay, if let's say you get all your tokens and such, and let's say it does between, and let's give it a rough, it does a 40x. So $2 times 40x, that should give you around $80. Let's say you manage to take out around $60 to $70, right? So if you take it at $60, that should give you about $51,000 in profit. If you cash out at the $70 range, that should give you about $59,000. So basically, these notes cost about $359, and you are making back your profit. Also, keep in mind, guys, you're getting 5% at TGE as well, and there is a vesting period and such. But overall, you will still make more bang for your buck within the year or so that this bull run takes place.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, that's bullish news. And I know people, some may hear it be like, oh, it's far-fetched. But we've seen how these things happen, and we've been dealing with the 0Gravity team for some time. I actually spent some time with him, the founder, in San Francisco when I was speaking on behalf of DeepLink at what's that famous school? What's that famous school in San Francisco? Nonetheless, I can't think of it. Not Princeton.
Stanford?
I forget. Stanford. Thank you. So yeah, I was speaking at Stanford at a blockchain event there, and 0Gravities was also there, and very smart people. We had the opportunity to invest in the token, but considering the timing and the price point, sometimes it doesn't. It's not as attractive, as this opportunity would be, owning the nodes. And so I think this is the better opportunity. I myself am going to buy quite a few. I'm working out the final number because I personally want a piece of this AI infrastructure. And we have some great benefits and partnerships that are coming down the pike that are going to ensure that BTR has the best access at the cheapest price points to the best projects in the industry, period. So we have that coming down the pike. We'll continue to strive for excellence and continue to be transparent and put our community in the best place to win, which is in the end zone, dancing like Deion Sanders. So I'd encourage you to listen to the call again, look through the information again, but also, just chew on some of the stuff that we went over today. But before we end this call, does anybody have any questions, anything they want to add? You can go ahead, Sparks, if you need to say something.
Sure. I just want to say, overall, we are getting it at tier 8, right? So initially, we did get it at tier 12, and then we managed to get it at a lower tier, which is tier 8, right? If you go look at across the launch pads that where they had these early node sales, which started yesterday, up till they started at tier 3, and I believe right till tier 10, they are all sold out. So we managed to secure a much lesser tier cost point. So that is one thing to consider. I believe launch pads like Forge and stuff, they are starting at tier 11, if I'm not mistaken. So that is something to keep in mind. We are getting at a much lesser FDV. Most of them, the FDVs are around 500 million and upwards. So this is a good price point in order to get into these nodes and such. It is 32% less than the initial pricing that we had. And also these nodes are definitely going to, I wouldn't say definitely because no one can guarantee anything, right? But these nodes will play an integral part in an ecosystem where you have all these applications going on, and all these applications are dependent on your node, not on the validator nodes, not on the storage nodes and stuff. They are dependent on the checker nodes in order to make sure that the security and efficiency of the overall network for 0Gravity is working and such. So if you want to be a part of it and stuff like that, cool, because at the end of the day, it's going to benefit you, and also you're going to be a part of something bigger. And by the way, these projects, and particularly this one, was invested in the early seed rounds by Animoca Brands. And also they did a partnership with Mocha Network. Mochaverse Network, just to let you know, is going to be one of those huge projects out there in the Web3 space. We know that Animoca has been building Mochaverse for a long time. So I suggest you go through, the information that's put out here and stuff, and and see if it makes sense for you to be a part of the project after listening to us and after evaluating all the information that's in the group.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Sparks. Ernest, go ahead, unmute yourself and ask away.
Hey everybody, hey Sparks, hey Brando. I'm good. I got a call during the presentation, so I don't know if I missed this part, but I was just asking, I just wanted to know, for the nodes, how many tokens will they be producing? I know I caught you saying 850. I don't know if that was like the total for the project in general in terms of the token, or that per node we will be getting like each week. Because I know when Gala first started, like having like two nodes, having two nodes was like more than enough because they produce it produced tons of tokens, the Gala tokens in the beginning. So I know with this project, the price point is a little much higher. So in some cases, I don't know if for this case, the terms of tokens, I would expect to be much lower in terms of the tokens that we will receive for them. But I just kind of want to get an idea, like the amount of tokens we will receive for for this particular project per node. And another thing is for these nodes, would we have to validate them ourselves? Kind of like the same thing like Gala, kind of like the Gala nodes. And those are two of my questions I had.
Cool. So per node in total, right, you will get 855 tokens, right? And it comes, of course, with a vesting, with vesting terms and such. The reason for that is that they want to, make sure that, these tokens are scarce and not easily, obtainable and such. And also, that's to spread out the rewards as well. But considering the price point that they are, starting off with and the timing of where they are launching their token, it makes sense. Well, in my opinion, it makes sense that we get into this because if you look at projects that launched off like Celestia, that launched off just as the market was taking off, you see it launch from $2 and then within a couple of say 2 or 3 months it touched $20. Now I'm not saying exactly that's what it's going to be doing, but in the timing of the launching the token, it's already in an uptrend, so that will give it less for lack of a better word, less reasons for the token to go down and more reasons for the token to push in an uptrend and stuff. So basically, our checker nodes, we don't have to validate each transaction itself. You can just put it on a VPS service, and that will do the job for it. As long as your node is online, that'll do the job and everything and such. And in conjunction to running the node, right, we are gonna have more info on this, but at BTR, we are going to be looking at partnering with Node Ops. Node Ops is a formidable node operating project. They work with projects like Carve, Aether, just to name a few. So when running these nodes on their platform, you will be able to be rewarded as well. For every dollar that you spend, you will get back in rewards and such. So there are some things, that makes it, how do I say this? Bullish in terms of, jumping in and stuff. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, you did. It was perfect. Thanks.
And these nodes are cheaper than Gala nodes. Of course, there's a trade-off.
Okay, that's another question I wanted to ask. The price.
Yeah, these are only $3.59. Gala was thousands, but you can't put them in the same category because think of a decentralized AI operating system. You ever heard of Mac OS, which is an operating system that all of Apple uses. This is another operating system, but for decentralized AI. So think about how many billions and trillions of dollars that will be poured into this sector, and what it would mean to own pieces of the infrastructure of that decentralized operating system. Do we have anybody else that would like to ask a question? Oh, Vision, I'm not understanding what you mentioned. Oh, you're talking to Sherry. I still didn't understand that. Are you saying 855 tokens over what period of time? Sparks, the 855 tokens, that's for the...
Yeah, so basically the 855 tokens, right? They will be distributed within, or the distribution will be over 36 months, right? Now at TGE, you will be getting 5% of 855. So if I do the math here, okay, so at TGE, you will get 43, right? 43, and then 85 minus 43, and then the rest of it, which is 812 tokens, you will get that over 36 months. So that'll be about 23 tokens per month. Now again, I know that seems a lot less to what other projects are doing, but also if you keep in mind of the price point, or the prices at what they are launching at, it makes sense. Also keep in mind that after the emissions and distribution of these tokens, you will still be earning for running your node. That we will have more information at that time when the distribution is done. We will have more info on that, but you will still be getting rewards at even after the distribution as such.
Also, you have 170,000 nodes. Not all 170,000 are going to be ran. Trust me, not even close to that. People buy nodes and don't even run them. And then you have people that are not going to buy them, period, after they reach a certain amount, right? So those tokens will eventually also go to the node owners running this stuff. So we'll end up with more, but this is just what they're saying for now, you know? So if you want to partake in this, you know, the opportunity is here. And we'll just have to see how it plays out. But the opportunity is here. We're getting in very early. It's under the threshold of where we would want to be in regards to being under the 500 million FTV, which benefits us. So, yeah, there it is. Any other questions? I see some here. What happens to our nodes after the 36 months distribution? You'll still be earning.
So as I stated before, after the distribution, the 36-month distribution, you will still be earning tokens and stuff. In terms of how much you will be earning, that will depend on how much activity and, the network effect, how much all of that is, have accumulated, and how much your node will be processing over that time. So that we will have, when that time comes, we will have more information on that, but you will still be earning nevertheless.
Let me see another question. Said, thank you. When can we start buying these nodes? We posted the information on the Discord and the members' announcements, but they go live Monday at 6 a.m. PST. And then the sale will last until Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. PST. We have a short window because things are moving in fast behind the scenes and they go live publicly. So we need to close this out and assure that we have what we need on our end.
Yeah, so just in conjunction to what Brando just said on that note, right? We are lucky to getting at tier 8 because, as I stated, a lot of the projects or the whitelisting for those who whitelisted early, right? And we managed to whitelist on behalf of our community. The people who have whitelisted, they have access and they are bought starting from yesterday, right? We managed to secure at a certain tier. We had to sit and negotiate from tier 12 to tier 8 because it only makes sense. And as Brando said, we've been in communication with the team for over 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. So we wanted to make sure that we could bring or make this opportunity a possibility for our community and such.
Yes, 100%. And last thing, another question was asked in regard to would we have to run these nodes ourselves? No, because of the partnership with NodeOps, they make it easy for people to operate and to benefit from running nodes with their service. So it's going to be plug and play. They pick up your nodes on the blockchain and your wallet, and they already have it integrated to where they can run it for you. You'll pay them a little fee. We'll probably have some kind of referral codes and things of that nature to help offset some of the costs. But it's very simple. It's very easy, plug and play. So don't be afraid. We're going to also make sure that going forward, any node projects that we do partake in, they have some kind of ability or partnership with a service like a Node Ops so that they can make it easy for us to run these nodes. So, let's see here. All right, Ovision copy. Is there anything else before we sign off here? And I hope we answered all of your questions and, let you understand the vision a little bit more clearly.
Cool. So I just want to say something, right, in regards to the importance of zero gravity labs. As we know, there are narratives played in the space and such. Okay, we have the AI, we have gaming and things. Now, there is one narrative that I don't see a lot of people on Twitter or on YouTube talk about a lot, and it's called modularity, right? Modularity, as I stated, they are systems that help to make the overall blockchain and network more efficient. And there is a lot of these projects that have been building over the years. I believe Zero Gravity Labs, they have been building since around 2021, 2022, in the midst of the bear market and such. So they have been building all of this. The CEO, Michael Hendrick, he is a PhD, Stanford, and he has connections. He has worked in Microsoft, I believe, and he has worked at Bridgewater Associates as well. So he knows a lot of these people within these big companies, and he's trying to bring them over onto his blockchain and stuff. Why? Because as we know, Web2 systems are absolute. It's a little bit difficult at times. There's always downtimes and stuff. Operating systems like Zero Gravity Labs, they assist in all of those things. They can add and benefit Web2 companies and such. So overall, they have the advantage over blockchains like Celestia and Engine Layer, if not more. They are the narratives over there, such as modularity, artificial intelligence, and IoT, Internet of Things. So those are factors to consider, right? And then also, if you look at the long-term vision of what they're trying to do, they have a lot going on in the ecosystem. They have a lot of AI agents and stuff. AI agent projects in Web3, there are a lot of them, and there's so much of them that are getting big funding and stuff. But not all of them can run on their own. They need infrastructure to run on, because in order to power up and make sure AI is running efficiently, they need tons and tons of GPU support and infrastructure. 0Gravity Labs has both. As I mentioned, they have IONET and Aether in that area. They have Redstone, which is an Oracle solution that will assist them in terms of picking up the correct on-chain data and be able to provide accurate data to users and such. Also, it assists a lot of other projects like your layer 1s, your layer 2s, and your layer 3s. They'll be able to scale all these blockchains. Why? Because the infrastructure allows it to be, it's easier for all these layers to be deployed on the infrastructure overall. It can assist with DeFi. Why is that? Well, one of their partners, which is Babylon, helps with liquidity issues and such. So these are the things that when investing into a project, especially modularity projects, right? Those are the things that you need to look for. Are they going to only focus on one area, or are they going to focus on the overall ecosystem of a blockchain? And at Bigger Than Race, we have viewed many modular projects over the couple of months and such, and we picked 0Gravity Labs mainly because it fits what we are looking for. It is the highway, the infrastructure, the operating system. It has everything in terms of how they are going about scaling other projects and things like that. And they are not just focused or specialized in one area, but they are all around, if I can put it in those ways. So, as I stated, you can do your research and stuff, but this is why we believe that 0Gravity Labs is going to be successful in our opinion, and why we have decided to introduce it to the community.
Boom. I hope that was a great explanation for you guys, a good call. We just want to make sure that you are understanding the vision, understanding the trends, understanding the overall big picture of where things are moving, and understand that we have the opportunity to own it. If you knew that you could buy, and I'm not saying that this is that, but we have to think like that, because there's prime examples of, like, Ethereum. You could have got in at 40 cents, or Solana, you could have got in at 40 something. There's if you knew that you could buy Apple stock at $2, would you do it? So, considering of where this could grow to, let's just say over time, it goes to a couple $100. You do the math. Remember, just because you're getting less of a token, you can still make the same amount of money, because the tokenomics is different. The program, the way that they program it, is different versus other assets that are designed to be at a lower price point and go up in price, where it looks like you're getting more bang for your buck. So there's different ways to play this crypto space. We're learning all the time. Nobody knows it all. I sure as hell don't. And I can't keep up with everything. But one thing we try to do is make sure that we're up on the trends, so that we're in position before this stuff hits. And you can go and check the history. We've continued to do that, and we will always continue to do that. So thank you for your time today. We hope that you enjoyed this call. We hope that you understand 0Gravity Labs a little bit better, and also decentralized AI and where everything is moving and how we can benefit and how it all plays and comes together. So thank you, Sparks. Thank you for those who asked your questions. We appreciate you. Remember to investigate truth on your own terms. Enjoy your week. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to like, share, and comment to let us know your thoughts. Do follow us on Instagram at brandomurphyofficial and Twitter at brandomurphy, and at Biggerthanrace for the latest BTR updates. Investigate truth on your own terms.